wonder if these players are gonna switch up their lists at all. I mean, they seem pretty committed.
Let's have a look. So DMZ is on the exact same list, it seems. Nothing's changed. I mean, they both registered pretty fast, so I think they're both super confident on their decks. Mercenaries, yeah, exact same lists. Zero change.
I mean, if I'm playing a mono red mirror, I'm putting Sucker Punch in, and like maybe even go like 3 spots, 3 combat training. You know.
What do you sacrifice for the Sucker Punch?
Maybe Pillagers, dude. I don't think Pillagers. I don't know. I mean, they've posted a threat, but you see how they're just been too slow. You know. I don't really think they're that important, but. And maybe I'd even tech in a Centaur or an Ursa, but that's a little committal. I mean, no spot plays? Oh, here it is. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
Doesn't get the curve. GG. And it's Wuhek who gets the opening play this time on the.
Yeah.
Let's see what he can make with it.
And the 2 armor in this match is actually pretty big, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. And he goes for the heal instead, so we can just get that BB right back to speed.
Need to update the score. I always forget to update the scores, man. All right.
Bit of an awkward hand here for Wuhek. I mean, not really some good dual targets to go for. I mean, in last lane you can Legion Standard Bearer without any threat to respond to.
Sure.
Same thing in mid. I don't think either players will play anything here, because it'd be just putting yourself at risk. I mean, spot kind of lets your opponent play whatever he wants.
I will fight by your side.
That feels good. You get rid of the Bronze Legionnaire and you pump your Bristol.
Yeah, and that lane looks real good.
Yeah, and that Bristol's gonna be able to duel anything but the Tide Hunter.
Yeah, so let's see if we see Tidehunter last from DMzda for that reason, or if he's just gonna kind of. I mean, I don't know. Do you think about giving up last right now? Oh, there he goes.
Yeah. In general,
the Tidehunter defense.
Yeah. In general, I feel really bad about giving up lanes at any point.
Oh yeah, at any point.
Yeah, I mean, there
at
are
any point.
In a lot of points, in a lot of situations, I'm no constructed master, but in a lot of situations where I feel like players give up a lane, it often feels a bit too early for me. But listen, I'm not the one playing in the hacks. I'm just here to bash on the players, man.
Yeah. Right.
All right, so is there a good viscous nasal goo here? Not really. Those Kraken shells are looking decent, though. Is it worth to save these heroes this turn?
Well, look what's in hand. What if he went for a double Kraken shell and got spotted? Oh my God. And you give up both your initiatives.
Yeah, that would suck.
Okay, well now you can. You can save one of them, at least. You gave up 4 mana instead of 3.
Well, Beast has the Call of the Wild next turn, so that's a potential option. This has no.
Strange times, Squander.
Still looks pretty bad. I don't know. Wuhek committed quite a bit to that first lane, and now it looks... Yeah.
So, I mean, we know that he had the chance to save at least one hero. If he doesn't, it's because he's looking ahead and thinking... and seeing another path to victory. Let's put it like that.
Yeah. He sees something I
I
don't.
mean, yeah. In
I
what
don't see that.
in what situation do you want to keep double Kraken Shell? Yeah, I mean, he must have wanted or not mind that the heroes were dying.
Well, the thing is, he wasn't getting the kills anyway. He was just not dying himself. So realistically, it's better to just get out of the lane. I mean, you want to shut down the pillagers right now, for sure, because it is early enough in the game that it's kind of a nuisance. But you also don't really want to fight this lane anymore because it's just too wide. Maybe you could. He's out of position for the. Yeah, it goes just for the basic tool. And if he sees a swap, he'll probably elect to Stonehall Elite it. Because we might see a phase swap to try to protect the other pillager, keep him alive.
Nothing can stop us.
That's a big hit. It is round 4. I guess if the 2 heroes come back to lane 1 and he springs a trap, he's got the lane covered, but
Just what I needed.
it's gonna be pretty low.
The Oglodi don't belong
Alright, not too bad.
Yeah. Not too great either, though.
Well, I will say it's 1-1. This is game 3, and this is looking like the closest one of them until now. Looks like, I mean, despite
Sure,
lane 1
I mean-
being in favor of DMZ right now, it doesn't.
I
Look
mean,
like...
this Tidehunter defense is actually not bad right now in last.
Yeah, right.
Like, it's a considerable stall, you know. But this is the double deployment here from. Oh, goes for it right now. Okay. The double deployment from Wuhek. He's gonna really have to commit to his game plan on this turn right now because he's not gonna have any deploys after that.
Yeah. So, if your opponent Kraken Shells, do you Kraken Shell just because you're afraid of whatever he's gonna do? Even if you don't have anything to do yourself?
Sometimes, because you could pull something.
Yeah, right? Because,
do
I mean,
yourself.
if he's doing it, it's because he's got something big he wants to do.
I mean, you have a considerable chance of pulling one of your control impact cards, you know. So it's worth considering for sure in a lot of situations.
Oh, both players holding time of triumphs now.
Yeah, and so it's maybe possible. I don't know. I mean, he wanted to get a better landing than that for the godlike primal, but double Jaspers in hand is going to be a really big deal for DMZ.
So he's considering if he's gonna drop the phase boots.
He can swap into
Ooh.
a slightly better Ravage, but yeah, maybe just better to just give up the lane, you know. But I suppose after that spring, the other lanes actually look pretty good, so maybe it's not the worst thing in the world. And you did stall this one more turn right just now, you know. Like this tower could have got lethal right now, and fortunately it didn't.
Yeah. I'm actually kind of surprised that DMZ hasn't gotten to any blinks yet this game. Feels like it should be holding one by now.
Yeah, and dodging that mobility can be a really big
The
problem,
jungle will protect
especially in this matchup.
So he declines the
You wanna be
roar. He wants to call the wild first. This would be a big roar from DMZ if you have him. So I guess Wuhek is asking, do you have a roar? And the answer is no.
And no, he does not. Kind of an awkward hand. He's got 6 drops and 4 drops, but no 7s. He's got that TOT ready for next turn. I guess he can just drop creeps right now. I mean, oh, and that's a very threatening Jasper daggers right there.
These are strange times, Commander.
Now this I'm not so sure about. I feel like Wuhek is probing DMZ's hand. You know, he's like
Yeah,
asking him,
absolutely.
do you have roar? Do you have creeps? What do you have?
and he's holding the phase boots instead of saving Legion Commander. For those watching who aren't aware, the kind of mind games there, phase boots cost 5, the same amount as Jasper daggers. So, in a lot of situations, you can kind of bait the item, but obviously he's got the initiative play to take the. I mean, this PV is just huge. And that's going to be the lane unless he pulls a blink dagger and wants to try to contest it. But seems he's looking like he's going to have to try to win mid, unless he pulls that blink right here. The question is, if he pulls the blink, does he really want to go to last or just fight mid? You know.
Yeah. I feel like mid is the answer right now. It's the most balanced lane in terms of HP, and if he still draws a roar, he's still in a great position there. Now DMZ obviously still no blinks. He's got the Time of Triumph. But he hasn't even taken the tower down yet, so it's not like he can threaten a big 80 or so.
Exactly.
Feels like a very poor TOT here. He did draw the Primal Roar.
He just TOT into.
He has a Kraken
TP
Shell.
Pro, I suppose.
Don't
Well,
you
you can't TOT in Kraken.
Kraken Shell Primal Roar in mid?
What would you have me do?
Yeah, Primal's your best bet. And fortunately for him, Wuhek does not have
I'll do my part,
Um,
Commander.
a Jasper daggers. It is still the phase boots. So Primal is going to be pretty damn good, to be honest. Going for max damage here. Still setting up an 80 threat, actually, even without the pillagers. I mean, that is still a clock going on right here. We'll see where these Primal... Well, it's just one of them being sent by the Primal,
Yeah.
actually.
I definitely like this play. And even if you don't have a good setup for Time of Triumph yet, you're gonna deal a lot of damage in lane 1 if you decide to TOT lane 1.
Ooh, and they get sent to last. It's a little bit unfortunate for Wuhek. He wanted those to go to mid, first for sure.
Well, that's karma.
You are not going to be winning the 80 battle.
Another treasure from the deep.
Well, last game we said that DMZ was unlucky with his roaring. This time around, I think he gets a bit luckier.
Yeah, we do see the spring, and we are going to see... Can he blink too? Yeah, he can. No problem. So reinforcements have arrived. He's going to have to do it again this time.
If you're Wuhek now, do you respect 80?
Oh, man.
Because it doesn't look like he can deal 21 in one hit.
There's no stun. I guess you're not... Here's the thing. You can just go into lane 1 and just TOT.
He's respecting it. 'Cause the
Actually.
tide's coming into mid, so...
Yeah. One tide's coming in the mid, and you're not losing mid by any means. It's just kind of an even battle. You're still pretty healthy in there. So, I mean, you can kind of knock out 2 birds with 1 stone by TOTing in here and then just setting up your
this
own.
is big, because you got another Time of Triumph, so now you can Time of Triumph both lanes.
But he still doesn't have a Jasper dagger, so if he gets tide stunned,
Yeah.
he is gonna have to hope that BB doesn't get hit by it. Initiative might come into play in mid.
Well, it will all depend what DMZ does now, right? Because if he holds on to initiative, then Wuhek can Time of Triumph here anyway. and obviously both players realize this is a critical point in the game.
Oh yeah, it all comes down to this. I feel like we might see the shot phase one more time. I mean,
Good kind is going to write about
Oh, he goes for it.
this.
Okay. So he's not afraid of the Ravage.
Army to stop Axe.
he's saying I don't think he needs to be, because I mean, if the Ravage comes down and he goes another turn in there, he's set up his own win condition now in this line. Like, he could take this next turn if he gets these kills. And so since the kills have been shut down, there's no Kraken shield. Now he can just hit pass and still get his play in mid, no problem. Suddenly, I really think this is a Wuhek's game, although I might have just buried him by saying that. You know,
Yeah, I
seems
don't know, man.
I am your sovereign.
It feels awkward to me to see the MZ give back initiative.
Death.
I love that, because yeah, you start with the Ravage. Once the daggers come down, you can just tide stun.
Yeah,
You're counting
very well
gold.
played. And
Three left.
the speed at which he processed that was tells you that he had thought about that beforehand. So
Oh yeah, he had the trigger ready to go for sure.
no hesitation.
Yeah, and 80's not even close to on the table in first. Now he's defending first from the double TOT.
Yeah, I really feel like the MZ should not have given back initiative.
I agree. I mean, he did that to save these heroes, but now these heroes...
Mm-hmm.
I mean, did he even... I guess he did want to play defense in this lane, but I feel like he only needed one hero alive to do that, and LC was not dying. It was only Axe. So, I mean, it was Axe and Beastmaster, but...
Well, this game ain't over. Oh, a duel. With 10 mana. That could be very, very big.
He's also got phase boots into Berserker's Call. Can take a double kill. And go for a duel on what's... I mean, you can just start with the Berserkers right now with the Axe. Open the lane for LC and then take the... Ooh. I can't help but think that that line of play was a little bit better. Because you're not worried about losing in mid. And...
He's not respecting the Ravage at all. Like,
No.
yeah, like, yeah, I've noticed that it's not a one-time thing. It's like he doesn't respect the Ravage much.
Yeah, but I mean, does he need to? Is DMzda going to be able to do 24 damage off of a...
To me, like this is so many layers, because by playing in such a way that you don't respect the Ravage, it kind of also makes your opponent think that you're holding on to Jaspers.
Yeah.
Assuming that he doesn't drop the phase
He's been
boots.
bluffing the Jaspers the whole time, like he's not afraid.
That's exactly what I mean. He's playing like zero fear. But of course now he's gonna the jig is up. The jig is up.
But as I said, what is he even still afraid of right now off of this?
Yeah, I agree.
The thing is, unless there's double creeps providing, or some serious creeps from either end providing more lanes to drop on, so it needs to be double from either side in lane one. If that assuming that doesn't happen, then Beastmaster is confirmed to be dropping into a Berserker's Call, and with no initiative cards in hand, that's lethal in lane one for Wuhek. So
We serve at Emperor
no matter what
Darius'
happens, it's
will.
fine. No deployments either to worry about.
Come, brother.
So just hit spacebar and you'll be good to go.
Raise the
Obviously, you
bull's
see where the
neck high.
creeps go beforehand, so we'll see if that unlikely situation happens. We'll be able to reassess if so. But even so, he's got double enough magics. You know.
Actually, yeah, this game's over.
Big time.
Damn.
Double creeps could open up a line of play
No.
for...
It doesn't matter, right? Because there's double TOT
Master
on two
drop.
heroes. Yeah, it's just straight up lethal.
Now... Oh yeah, that's 16 siege, exactly, yeah. I was gonna say now there's a spot for Beastmaster.
No,
to
there was
save
no
for
way.
land,
That's why
but-
Wuhek was passing. He knew there was no way out.
Yeah. It's just the double siege. Magic is it.
Insta magic.
Berserker's
Boom.
Oh, you get berserkers instead for more style. Or is that less style?
All right, that's 2-1 for Wuhek.